It is the troubled years before the Great Rebellion of 1798. All of Ireland is in the grip of a reign of terror. In Ulster, the United Irishmen, formed largely by Northern Presbyterians and led by Henry Joy McCracken, meet in secret places under peril of death to hear news of their fellow rebels in the south. The most dangerous task of a go-between, carrying secret plans north and south, past sleepy villages and dark hedgerows, falls to another United Irishman, Thomas Russell. Travelling alone, never knowing who to trust, and living in constant fear of discovery, his is one of the bravest tales of all. Into our townland on a night of snow rode a man from God knows where. None of us bade him stay nor go, nor deemed him friend nor damned him foe, but we stabled his big roan mare. For in our townland we're a decent folk, and if he didn't speak, well, none of us spoke, but we sat till the fire burned low. We're a civil sort in our wee place, so we made the circle wide round Andy Lemon's cheerful blaze, and we wished the man his length of days and a good end to his ride. He smiled in under his slouchy hat, and says he, "There's a bit of a joke in that, for we ride different ways." And while we smoked, we watched him stare from his seat in the fire glow. I nudged Joe Moore. You wouldn't dare to ask him who he's for meeting there, or how far he's got to go. But Joe wouldn't dare, nor Willie Scott. And he took no drink, neither cold nor hot, this man from God knows where. It was closing time and late forby when us ones braved the air, and I never saw worse may I live or die than the sleet that night. And I says I, "You'll find he's for stopping there." But at scraig a day through the gable pane, I watched him spur through the pelting rain, and I juked from his roving eye. It was getting on past the heat of the year when I rode to Newton Fair. I sold as I could, but the dealers were near. Only £3.8 for the Innish steer, and nothing at all for the mare. But I met McKee in the throng of the street, and says he, "The grass has grown under our feet since they hanged young Warwick here." And he told me that France had promised help to a man in Dublin town. And says he, "If you've left that pike on the shelf, you better get home hot foot by yourself and once more take it down." So by Comber Road I trotted the grey, and I never cut corn till Killylay stood high on the rising ground. For a wheen of days we kept waiting the word to rise and go at it like men. But no French ship sailed into Cloughie Bay, and we heard the black news on a harvest day that the cause was lost again. And Joey and me and Willie Scott, we agreed with ourselves we'd as lief as not have been found in the thick of the slain. By Downpatrick jail I was bound to fare on a day I'll remember fifth. For when I got to the prison square, the people were waiting in hundreds there, and you wouldn't hear stir nor breath. And the soldiers were standing grim and tall round a scaffold built there for against the wall. And a man stepped out for death. I was brave and near the edge of the throng, but I knew the face again. And I knew the set, and I knew the walk, and the sound of his strange up-country talk. For he spoke out, right and plain. Then he bowed his head to the swinging rope, while I said, "Please God," to his dying hope, and amen to his dying prayer that the wrong would cease and the right prevail. For the man they hanged at Downpatrick jail was the man from God knows where.